Hey, everybody, welcome to Matt Men, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zarian. I'm joined by my co-host, of course, for the last decade, Rich Stambolian. What's going on, Rich?
It's been a long time.
It's been a very long 11 years, 12 years.
Oh, boy.
We've been friends for 25 years. It's out of control.
I know.
Listen, we got an awesome guest today.
Yeah, we sure do.
This is a treat. Someone that I followed his career for a very, very long time. From the beginning of his career, essentially, and then going into his music career and, of course, professional wrestling. I want to bring in the one, the only, Ron Killings, also known as, to some of you people, I think everybody knows Ron Killings. You don't have to say our truth every time. Ron Killings, everybody. What's going on, Ron?
They know, right? They know right now. Thank y'all, man. Yeah. The crowd goes crazy.
Everybody knows who you are. Ron, listen,
they should know by now, right?
I think they knew a long time ago. You've had an unbelievable career, especially obviously with professional wrestling, which I want to go into. But I want to talk about your music career because this is something you've been super passionate about. As far as, I followed your wrestling career. There was always a music element to it. Even when you debuted, and you went off someplace else and you came back to WWE, you've always been involved in music. And Rich, my Rich over here, he's a musician. So I'm always fascinated on how do you discover that you want to do this and you can. You actually possess the ability to perform and sing and create music. When did you discover that this is something that you were really passionate about?
It's always from home to church, to cookouts, family outings, events, friends' house. Music has always been a part of my life, man, and I've always had that connection with music. And as I grew up, I just got more involved with music, performing, rapping, doing my own music, doing the beats, and just that adaptation with music has just always been in my life, man. It's just always been a part of me, and I've always wanted to be on stage performing music.
Now, what was there a song? Was there an era? Like, what was the era that you got into it?
Oh, that I knew I wanted to rap. Way back, man, Grandmaster Flash, Miller Mel, man, that's when I knew I wanted to rap. Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, Dana Dane, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Back then I was rapping. That's when the love that's when that little thing we all got in our heart, that in our soul, that little thing you innately know you want to do. You're presammed to do that. You like the word presammed?
Shazam.
Yeah.
And it's a different style of because you dance also. I mean, you're
right.
A full-fledged entertainer in every way. Did you go into professional wrestling with this idea that, listen, if it doesn't work, I could always be a musician, or did you go into pro wrestling saying, this could elevate my music career?
Both. A little both, man. I remember I met Jack Crockett in a halfway house. And when I always like to say I was a willing vessel, because I was hitting that brick wall in life that we all hit. And you don't know what you want to do, but you don't want to do what you've been doing because you're getting the same negative results. Well, Jack Crockett offered me an option, man. He said, I was trying to get him to invest in my music. He said, if you do this, you won't have to ever ask anybody else to invest in you. You can invest in yourself. So he took me to 3 WCW shows. Now, I was a willing vessel, so whatever he was saying, I was absorbing and taking it in. That was my first time ever going to a wrestling show live. And I remember when the music hit and Ric Flair came out. And it was about 20,000 people in there, and everybody was on their feet. And I'm looking around and watching, and he's like, see, that could be you on stage right there inside this wrestling ring. And when Ric Flair walked down, man, you could feel the energy was just there. And he said, that could be you rapping and dancing, and you get in the ring and you combine your moves, your dance moves with the wrestling. He said, you can create and be your own star. You can create your own lane. And ever since then, man, I tasted the blood, as he would say it, and I just adapted to it. You know what I'm saying? How we adapt in life to different things. I adapted to, oh man, I can do both. The music is part of anything: football, baseball, basketball, any sport, whether the ball game. Like, music is a part of any and everything we do. Entertaining, music with the rest of man, I became that. And I've been doing that my whole career, man. From the time Crockett pointed and said, that could be you, that's all I've been doing.
That's wild. The fact that as a kid, right, watching wrestling, you don't know to recognize, the in-ring as much, but right? I mean, now everybody's online writing about it, but the music is something that stands out, especially, I mean, even now, like a great theme song, a great, like yours, for example, right?
Right.
You have a fantastic entrance and a song, but that's because of you also, right? You play a big part in that,
right?
And the whole presentation, but the music aspect of it is a huge part, and it kind of goes in all together. When you went into pro wrestling, did you think you would have, singing and like you used to come out, do the entrance and do the what's up, and I mean even when you were doing it, when you came in with Road Dogg, when you guys were doing it, there was still a music element. Did you always have that plan that you wanted to incorporate that?
Always, man. It's always. That's why I try to teach and tell people, be careful what you wish, ask, and speak in the universe, because it happens. Dreams come true. It happens. I'm that same guy that was just, I had that aspiration. I had that dream, that want, that thing. I always say, that innately thing you want to do. And consistency, discipline, and just pursuing it, man. Staying with it. I always knew that this rap thing, wrestling thing would grow to be like something everybody embraced. And man, do you know the feeling I get? Like, I remember being in Cairo, Egypt, man, like in Egypt, and they were singing "What's Up" and dancing.
That's amazing.
I'm in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, I'm in Saudi Arabia. I'm like, anywhere in the world I can go and people will sing and dance, and so they relate to "What's Up," the music, that character, they relate to that, man. And that's like, I feel like that's giving me that. It's giving me that fruitful thing that I've been wanting to eat. It's like, you know what? I do have my own lane. Crockett was right. I don't need nobody to vet. I got this. We got to be our own cheerleaders sometimes. I've always been my own cheerleader. So I've always known and welcomed this right here, because the wrestling community, the wrestling world, the universe has always welcomed me with that.
You kind of touched on something that's interesting. And you said, consistency, obviously. The fact that, and all around your career, right? Physically, you look like $1 million. We always say on the show, you've never changed. I mean, you look the same that you've always looked, and that's such an amazing accomplishment.
Appreciate it.
Listen, I'm 39. I'm going to be 39. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling every bit of it now. That's because I don't have the consistency of working out.
If you didn't know you was 39, how old would you be?
Oh, I'm probably, in my mind, I'm like 20. I never change, unfortunately, for my wife. My wife's not a fan of me thinking I'm 20.
You know what? We're only old as we think we are, man, and feel.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Has it changed for you, the physical thing? Has there been a change in the way that you maintain the physique that you have? Obviously, listen, I think it's one of the most difficult things. Eating is the problem. Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Eating. Man, my wife got me off of I don't do as much sugar. I still do my sugar. Now we all addicted to sugar. I don't do as much sugar, man, as I used to. Very low in carbs. I don't eat bread. I'm a breadaholic. I love bread, man. I would buy birthday cakes just to have at the house. You know what I'm saying? Like I will go through 12 pack of soda, man, like in a couple of days. Like I cut all of that out, man. And I only eat fish, chicken, and steak here and there. That's it. And a lot of veggies.
And you got to stick to that, right? There's nothing else you can
really
do.
You have to, man. Like, listen, there's no handbook to living life. And that goes all the way down to eating. From my grandparents to your grandparents to his and hers grandparents. Like, we just did what they told us to do. We ate what was there to eat. And we, I feel like now, like, even with my mom made the best Kool-Aid in the world, dog. You know what I'm saying? But like, Mom, you gotta lay off that Kool-Aid, man. I got sweet sugar, but it's just like we were never conditioned or disciplined to eat right, eat better for our health. Now I am. I try to practice that and preach it a lot to a lot of people, man. And you feel better, you move better. You know what I'm saying?
Everything changes. Yeah, everything changes with a good diet.
Everything changes. Yes.
But I mean, to go back to the music stuff, you've had a number of singles, you've had a number of songs. You just released one, dropped a couple of weeks ago. What's the process for you? And I think a lot of people would be interested in this. What's the process of the concept of what you want to, what the song is, and then just to the final result. I'm always interested in how do you come up with it? You know, how do you, I don't have a musical ability. I could talk for hours. I mean, you put me in front of a microphone, I could go for like 12 hours straight, no problem. But you give me a guitar, you give me an instrument, or you tell me to write a song, I have no possible ability. So this comes naturally.
Yes,
it's
you
not
do.
something. Maybe I do. I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't know.
You haven't gotten to where you are today, did you?
No, it's a lot of work.
No, it took a path. It took a lane for you to drive from start to where you are right now. And you just dissect that, you know what I'm saying? From when you innately knew you wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? You want to be interviewing people. You want to be that guy to pull out of people what everybody wants to know, everybody's thinking, you know what I'm saying? To the house you in now, to your marriage, to everything. Yeah. Like there's a path. You could take your time dissecting and write about it. That's pretty much what legacy is, what I did with my life, all the way down from being in the streets, playing with them cookies and getting rid of cookies like I should have been. You know what I'm saying? Like going back and forth to jail and hanging with people I should have been hanging with, doing things I should have been doing, and elevating in life and being the first Black to ever hold the NWA championship. Just with everything with my life, legacy, the music, man, you just speak in volume about everything you want to talk to people about, anything you can relate to people about, because believe it or not, there's somebody somewhere thinking the same thing that you're thinking, probably ahead of you or behind you, and about to do what you think you're going to do because you think you've done it before, but they already been to do it. You know what I'm saying? So writing comes naturally to most people, and then writing comes where you have to dissect your life or dissect the topic or whatever you want to talk about and relate it to people, man. Everything is relatable.
Rich, what's the process for you? Because you write.
You know, it's different because I'm a guitarist and I'm not the best musical arranger. So if I come up with something...
arranger is good. That's what we talk about, arranging the music. Now, Jay Trax does the arranging.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We write together off of emotion, off of feel. If I get to the studio here, say, how you feel? I'm like, I feel like you feel crunk, you feel hype, you feel laid back, you feel, and we go from that mood, that energy right there, and everything else goes right to it. I mean, you don't have to be the arranger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess guitar playing is different kind of, but you still got to go on the energy in the room, right?
Absolutely. So, like, just a quick example, like, you know, whenever I would write songs with my band, it was me and the dude I've been playing drums with. We've been playing together for like 20 years. So I'd come up with a bunch of riffs, and then it would turn into, you know, Rich, why don't you put this part here and this part here and then this part here?
Oh, that's how you guys.
And then it would be like, oh, I didn't think of it that way because that's not my strong suit. I could write riffs all day, you know. Ron, I want to ask you about this music video, man. It's awesome for Legacy. What was the impetus to do like modern day medieval times and then like the Western part?
Man, that's me and Jay Trax on the phone with my producer / manager. And we always do this thing with every video we do, man. We sit on the phone and talk for hours like, okay, what do you feel in this video? What do you think this should be? And I don't know if it's me or him, man. Somebody will say, I think we should like go in time, man, do different scenes. And you're like, what'd you think? I said, like, swords and dragons and, medieval. And I remember Jay Trax said, would you wear a cowboy hat? I'm like, yeah, I wear a cowboy hat. Why you say that? Ooh, what if we did a Western scene? Oh, yeah, they bring it back. It just comes from us spitballing, man, the scene, you know what I'm saying? Throwing up against the wall to see what sticks.
Oh, that's really cool. And the video looks great, too.
Yeah, the video looks fantastic.
Video is, I think it's probably one of the best videos I've done to date. Shot by a guy named Reggie Miller, shot by Reginald.
Not the Reggie
Miller.
Jay Trax. Different Reggie Miller.
Huh?
Not Indiana Pacers Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Add that element.
Video.
Yeah, add that element to that video. Have Reggie Miller shoot the video. I think it adds even more.
That'd be amazing.
That would, right? That would add a hell of a lot of elements. But yeah, me and Jay Trax does his treatment, man. Give it to Reggie, and he puts his visual. I like my videographer to put their own stank on it, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, put your expertise on it, because I can give you my vision, and I need you to make it visionary and put your, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you should do this. And he was putting his pieces together. He shot every video I've done, and every video he shoots for us is different. He adds his different element. We make it different. As you know, I have the whole EP that's coming out, and a lot of people have heard all the songs on there, and they're surprised because it's the same producer that's doing all my music. All 30 songs I've done, tracks has produced, and they all sound different. You know what I'm saying? I got a metal song, man, I'm coming out with. I got a country song. So it's like we have so many different genres of music, man, that's been captive in the energy that we create in our little, what we call the back cave. Man, it's going to like really shake up the world when everything drops.
See, the range in different styles always fascinates me. When someone's able to do so much more, I find that to be awesome because you're not staying into one box, and that's been a story for career. Your career has been that.
Right.
You know, you don't stick to one style of anything. I mean, and that's why you're still performing the way you're performing. You're creating music the way you're creating music. It's actually amazing to see growth with that stuff.
Ron,
man, I'm loving it, man. Like you don't just eat bread all the time. Sometimes you eat bread, then you eat donuts, then you eat cake, but it's all in the bread family. You see what I'm saying?
Ron, do you have any current influences? Like, who do you like right now on the music scene?
Oh man. That goes wild because I listen to a lot of Lil Baby, Meek Mill, Kevin Gates. Who else I listen to? I can listen to Uzi Vert, like a Smith song. I listen to the Baby as well. Some of Lil Durk stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's like my music I still listen to Tupac. I get in my moods where I listen to a lot of metal, man, too, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's it goes wild, man. Country. You know what I'm saying? Shooter Jennings. You know what I'm saying? I still listen to a lot of stuff. John Amos. I mean, my music goes wild, man.
I have a couple more questions for Ron, but obviously I want to tell everybody, if you want to check out Ron's music, very easy. The official RonKillings.com. Head on over there. Of course, you can follow him on Twitter. He's everywhere. Facebook, Twitter. Ron is on Instagram. You can follow him essentially everywhere music is, and everywhere you could follow someone on social media. Ron, a couple things, before we wrap it up, kind of go into wrestling a little bit. Very long career. You've been doing this. How do you feel physically? Is it the same for you that it's always been, or do you feel like you've changed a little bit of your style to kind of adapt with, the times?
That's a good question. Where you put that, you kind of like you try to throw me for a loop. You made my brain hit a speed bump. Damn, a little bit of both. I feel great, man, because I never stopped. Remember when we used to go to school, they had you doing jumping jacks and half whole knees and toes, and you were stretching. A lot of people, when they got past 20, got to the work world, they stopped all that. See, I never stopped working out. Ever since, I do the same workout I've been doing since high school. So it's like, which has helped me, almost like taking your car in to get it frequently checked out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like my body gets checked up. Like when I get off of here, I'm going to the gym. I'm never not working out, doing something, man. So that's helped me over the years that I put in and sacrificed my body for this. But it's like I feel great mentally, physically, emotionally. I feel like I'm not going to push it, but I feel like I'm like 27, 28 years old, something like that.
I mean, listen, and you can pass for it, That's the amazing part of this.
Oh, thank you, man.
You can pass for it.
Bro, thank you, man.
You brought up, winning the NWA title, 2002, right? 2003, 2002? Around there?
02, yeah.
02. That's a major, I consider that a major, if I were to describe your career to somebody, I would say that's a major moment in Ron's career. Is there one moment, what is the pro wrestling moment that you would say, this was the moment that I knew this was it for me?
Oh man, I've had so many of those moments. It's hard to pull from. Capital Punishment with me and John Cena was one of the moments, man. That was anytime I sold out, headlining sold out an arena was the moment for me. But I think the one I would pick would be winning the NWA title, First Black. That was a moment that made me, to now, I still put myself in check because I didn't know back then how much of an accomplishment, how much of an iconic move, how much of an influence on younger people of my color that I didn't know how big that was back then. Another moment I would have to pull out would be myself in the Miz versus The Rock and John Cena. that was like sold out arena. Again, I remember me and Miz looking at each other and was like, damn, we did it. We're in the ring with The Rock and John Cena. That was like probably like one of the highest moments in my career.
You know, and it's, it speaks volumes as far as progress goes in the industry. 2002, you won the NWA title. Now, you have Bobby Lashley, Big E, there's no stigma attached. As far, I mean, there's so much that goes into it, but as far as like viewing it as a viewer, it's growing up in New York, you're around everybody. It's cool to see this now translate into pro wrestling where the conversation isn't like, oh, can we put a title on that guy? It's he deserves it, we're going to do it, doesn't matter what you want, and that's the main thing here. When people see someone like Bobby Lashley with a world title, nobody is looking at it head turned a little bit. Everybody's saying like, this guy deserves it because he deserves it, and it's freaking awesome that there's no restrictions anymore. There's no bizarre fake walls put up, which you know what? I think as a viewer, and if I'm a younger talent trying to get into the business and I see someone that kind of looks like me, I'm going to say, you know what? I could do that. Even Mustafa Ali, great example of this. For tons and tons of kids out there. And the whole Saudi Arabia show, it kind of, you're seeing the kids in that crowd and they're seeing Mansoor in that match and they're seeing Ali in that match, and you look at it and you say, you know what? This is cool because I could do this. I think that at the end of the day kind of changes it.
Yes, man.
How do you feel about that? I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on the last couple of years. Obviously, I don't want to deep dive into it, but do you feel that as far as entertainment goes, we've kind of transitioned away from those stigmas, or we still have some work to do?
I think we're heading in the right direction. We've turned the corner. That's like you just said, Kofi, Big E, Xavier just not being king of the ring, dog. Like Bobby Lashley, you know what I'm saying? Like, now who's gonna doubt Bobby Lashley? Debo Bobby Lashley from, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're headed in the right direction, man. That's an awesome feeling. Like you said, you can look and say, I can do that one day. The kids in Saudi can say that. Like, that's so important, man, for life now. You know what I'm saying? There's no handbook, but we're going in the right direction.
Exactly.
Ron, this is a softball. Is mid to late 90s R&B and hip hop the best thing ever?
Yes, I would say it is, man. But remember, I used at the beginning of our interview, adapting. We got to adapt and evolve. You know what I'm saying?
I do. It's tough to beat, though. Biggie, Tupac, Wu-Tang.
Very tough to beat,
but
it's good to have to learn from as a blueprint, man. Like, it's good to know what it was before it became what it is to what it is now. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was good at its time. Now, legacy is what it's about now. You can get on that legacy. Yeah.
Listen, you can go check it out on YouTube, on Ron's YouTube channel. You can go check it out on his website. It's everywhere. We're also going to have a link to it in our show notes. Ron, I want to thank you for coming on, man. This was awesome. You're fantastic. This is a nice little treat for me when I got that email saying like, hey, you want to have Ron on? I said, absolutely. As a fan, as someone that's followed your career for the last, I want to say 20 years. Jesus. 20 years. Holy moly.
Yeah, right? It's crazy, man.
It's wild. It's a treat.
That's what this legacy is going to do, man. Yes, man.
I love it. I love it. Go check it out. Legacy. It's on YouTube. It's on Ron's Twitter. It's going to be in the show notes. You can go check it out there. Ron, is there anything you want to tell the viewers before we wrap it up?
Legacy, yo. Everybody want to be one. I ain't waiting, counting up the money, trying to reach $1 billion. Legacy, yo. Make it just so I can leave one. We ain't waiting, champion. I'm going hard because I'm here now. Yeah.
Love it. Ron Killings, everybody. We'll see you right after this.